was hoping I could grab you for a few minutes some point today. Cool. Looks like I've got an interview booked for later. Hiya.
Hello.
Good swimming lesson?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Say hello to your fans, Jasper. Contrary to popular belief, people do occasionally listen to their customers. Ecogicity have just sent me an email and they have said that in response to feedback to their original £5 for 20 minutes deal, they're now going to be doing £6 for 30 minutes. So that's good. I think that's a sensible change, honestly. Apart from anything, I didn't like the idea of it cutting out after 20 minutes. I mean, I assumed that it would just automatically rebill you, but it's still too expensive. But honestly, the reality is quick charging is always going to be seen as too expensive because the charge points cost a fortune and electricity is dirt cheap. And another little quick bit of news, BMW i3s in the UK are sold with range extenders in a proportion of 3:1, which doesn't massively surprise me, I suppose, because it's quite a small island. You put a range extender on there, you can more or less go anywhere and stop once or twice, possibly. Whereas if you just got the battery version, you know, quite honestly, the battery just isn't big enough in the original i3. The new generation 33 kilowatt hour one, which they're not selling yet, that'll be a different matter altogether. But I think if I was going to buy in a first gen i3, I would definitely get one with the range extender.
What are you recording now?
Yeah, I'm just recording the whole lot. See, it's on a gimbal, yeah. It means when I get the footage out the other end, it's rock solid and doesn't sort of wobble around. I have no idea. My drone's got the same thing on the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's
Would you know, the first time I ever remember hearing the word gimbal and gimbal lock was in the film Apollo 13.
same here, actually.
And
I still don't know how it relates to a spacecraft, though.
just do that again. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Everyone likes that. It's incredible. Yeah, exactly. Because if I walk along with the big camera, especially if I'm talking to somebody and so I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing, what winds up happening is I just get sort of shaky footage that is, I mean, you can use it, but it looks very amateur.
Yeah.
Solar panels, yes.
Yeah.
You've got a beautiful array up there I sort of spotted with my drone a while ago.
Yeah.
Do you know how many panels are up there?
I can't remember how many panels. I can tell you what it is in kilowatts. It's 49.7 kilowatts. We just that's its maximum generating capacity.
You must need planning permission for that, I'm assuming.
No.
No? Oh.
No, not on a roof.
I thought you needed. I thought if it was maybe is that just for domestic? If it's over 4 kilowatts, I think.
And as long as it fits within the roof, you mustn't have it overhanging the roof. Yeah. But as long as it doesn't protrude beyond the edges of the roof, you're fine.
Oh, fantastic.
I mean, we definitely did. I mean, the people that installed it, they did everything for me. Right. It all came as a package. They supplied, fitted. They have to make sure that the building is structural. They have a structural engineer come out. Right. But obviously, because this was all brand new, built to fairly high specification, they just looked at it and said, "Oh, this is absolutely fine." Very, very straightforward fit. Everything's level, everything's perfectly square.
I quite like to put solar panels on our roof, but it's quite a pretty roof. Is the thing that puts me off. And although I usually think that solar panels improve the view of a roof, it does depend on the roof.
For our latitude, the optimum roof pitch is 30 degrees.
Really? I would have said 40, but you don't use much power here.
Well, we don't. You see, we only really use a lot of power during harvest. I mean, for 10 months of the year, I export.
Right. Brilliant.
And we only really. I mean, if we're using the grain dryer, the grain dryer will suck up everything that the panels are producing.
Yeah. This was a power cut during the day, and what was interesting about that is the lights didn't go off. I actually didn't know there was a power cut until I tried to plug my car in, and it tried to draw 7.7 kilowatts.
Right.
and the voltage fluctuation was too much. So it would start drawing it and then it would cut out a couple of seconds later. Because it's got a sort of a software thing that does that for safety reasons. And then what happened is, as the sun went down, all the lights started going out in order of sensitivity to voltage.
Right.
So what it seemed like to me was that there was still power.
Something was backfeeding. Yeah, well, I mean, as far as mine can't do that, we would be pumping in a lot of electricity into the grid, at full sunlight.
Well, I figured whatever it was,
the inverters have to sense there's current from the grid, and if they can't pick up current from the grid, the whole thing shuts down. Come and have a look at my system. We've got roughly speaking, one's a 30 kilowatt converter and one's a 20 kilowatt inverter. And we did have quite a few teething troubles, but these are not the original inverters. They've been changed.
That's a serious system, that is, isn't it?
Well, there's a lot bigger, but I mean the sun's well past its optimum now. I mean at the moment that is that one, that's about 9.3 kilowatts, and that one will be about 0.6 of that. So that's not. It'll be doing about 5.4.
Nice. I love solar panels. I'm actually quite envious. I would just a smaller system than this, but I would definitely like something like this.
Yeah. Well, you could get 4 kilowatts. Without any problem, I don't think. I'm quite pleased with it. I'm quite pleased with it. But we did have teething troubles. But the little 4 kilowatt system at home, the domestic system, it hasn't missed a beat since I put it in. It has never missed a beat.
You know what I find odd is why they don't, rather than having it the grid tie inverters shut down when they don't sense the grid, why don't they just isolate from the grid and keep the local circuit, going?
I know what you mean.
Because that's what I assumed must have been happening.
There must be a reason
with that power cut.
There must be a reason, but it's very interesting that you detected that, because
it was really obvious as well, because like for example the garage lights are fluorescent, fluorescent tubes, really voltage sensitive. They didn't want to. They didn't want to play ball almost straight away, but I could still make a coffee with the coffee machine, pull in 150 watts. I could still do that at like 5 o'clock. By 6 o'clock, the sun had gone too low, the coffee machine wasn't happy, the radio went on the blink, the fridges were no longer working, but the LED lights, they don't mind.
No, they'll run on low.
Yep.
Yes.
They just chugged along quite happily. It was really weird. And when the sun was completely gone, so was the power.
If you are interested, I'll have to give you the number for Igloo Environmental. They've done most of the farms around this area.
Right. Yeah, I would. I'm definitely interested at some point. I don't know if it's sort of something probably won't look at for a year or so.
All right, James.
Well, fantastic. Thank you. Well, that was very interesting. I'm going to have to get myself a slightly smaller version of that, I think, for the roof here, because I do love it. Solar is brilliant. It's just like... It's like magic. You just stick this thing out in the sunlight and out comes electricity. No pollution, no noise. The maintenance is like 0. Hope you enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye.